Today I just wanted to look back at all the various chapters of my filmmaking creative journey, and I'm just hoping that along this process you can either learn something or be encouraged by something throughout this video. I think it's going to be a fun one with a nice look back at the past, and then I'll catch you up to speed on where I'm at right now at the end of the video. So let's do it.
Zach Mayfield here doesn't have any clue that I'm going to pimp his room.
If you grew up in a small town, you know that there's not much to do, so you have to either be bored or come up with your own fun. For me and my sister, that meant stealing our parents' Sony Handycam and making home videos, making videos with our friends.
Pop! Whoa! Let's get some sun-kissed!
Basically just like doing kid stuff, but filming it also and being annoying. I learned that I absolutely just love making videos, and I never thought I would have an audience in the future that would actually watch my videos. I was simply doing it for the sake of enjoying it and just having fun. And that was the first big takeaway for me in my creative life, was just, I love doing this thing, even if nobody's watching. And I think that's important for people just starting out in a creative field or starting a YouTube channel or whatever. You need to make sure you are loving what you're doing and you're not just doing it to try to make money, because the reality of that is probably years and years down the line, and you'll give up before you get there if you don't actually love what you're doing. I hated school. I hated studying, I hated taking tests, and I hated homework. That was until my junior year digital media class. I'm not kidding, this is the only class that I cared about for my entire 4 years of high school. It is the only class I tried in, and this is why. This digital media class was literally just a bunch of assigned video projects that we had to do, and it was kind of the first time I got back into video after making all these childhood videos. There's one project from this class that made something click in my brain that kind of started me on my creative trajectory, baby. So our teacher gave us this assignment to shoot like a 30-second music video. What he meant by music video was literally sing a song for 30 seconds, like a popular song, and just sync the video of you singing to the audio of the pop song or whatever you wanted. I had two partners, Mason and Marcus.
Check. Mate. Oh!
And I said, boys, we're going the extra mile. We're going all out on this project. We're gonna destroy people in this class. These kids are nothing to me. I hopped into GarageBand. I created a sick hip hop beat using the loops. Then me and my buddies wrote an entire rap song, recorded it, finished the song, and then made an entire music video to the song for this class project.
How do we learn from the legend if we're just little boys in the big world?
When we presented this project to the class, our teacher was not prepared for what we had done. We got an A+ on this project and made all the other kids in the class look like absolute ding-dongs because our freaking project slapped so hard. And something clicked in my mind where I knew that I was experiencing the fact that I was trying at school. So I was like, there has to be something special to this whole video, like camera thing. And that was kind of like a ding-dong moment for me in high school. But now we gotta move on. Guess what? Still didn't like school, but I had really good friends, so that made it a little more bearable. I majored in business because I didn't know what the heck I was doing with my life, and I ended up taking this class where my final project of the semester was to make a business and pitch it to the teacher in the class as a presentation. I was terrified of presentations back in the day, hated speaking in front of people. But in college, I had developed this dream of becoming a professional musician and touring the United States. That was like the ultimate dream for me, and I was really trying to make that a reality. So in the back of my mind, I knew that I couldn't ever have a real 9-to-5 job after leaving college. I had to have something that would allow me to travel and play music. And so when this business pitch class project came up, I kind of started thinking about the old days of making videos and how much I enjoyed that, and I was like, maybe I could like make that a job somehow, like freelance photo video, maybe? I was dabbling with photo and video throughout college, and I even had a buddy, Zach Thayer, who made a ton of Jackass style videos about the guys on my floor, and that kind of kept the video inspiration going for me from high school through college. But this business pitch was kind of the final straw of me deciding I'm gonna try to do this thing. The problem was I didn't have a camera, so I made a second pitch that was just for my parents. I went home and visited them, and I basically presented to them what I wanted to do after school, which was become freelance photo video, and I convinced them to invest in me, and they bought me my first camera, the Canon T5i. So things were actually in motion, and I started filming stuff for this business pitch to the class, started practicing photography, and the moment came where I had to present this thing to the class, and the original title for my business was From the Ground Up. After I got my camera and did that class with the presentation, I actually started going to events during the week and on the weekends, like shows for metal bands or whatever I could find, and started taking photos and making videos and just giving them to people for free, which eventually helped me land my first clients during my senior year of college. This is a quick summary, but basically I left college a semester early. Yes, that sounds dumb. Yes, a lot of my friends and family thought I was dumb, but basically I got a real opportunity to start touring and playing music by starting a band with a couple other friends. It was my one shot at actually going for this touring lifestyle, and so I took it. Despite what everybody said, I went for it because I was so freaking passionate about this at the time. I could not turn it down. During that time playing with the band Earthgroans, I fell in love with YouTube. I was still in the very early stages of being a filmmaker and photographer, so I was not very good. My quality didn't look that great. So I was just inhaling YouTube tutorials, camera reviews, anything I could find that would help me progress my skills and figure out how to do this thing better. I realized I'm crazy about YouTube. This looks so fun. Like, I want to make YouTube videos. I want to make vlogs. And I had this crazy opportunity of traveling so much. I was like, dude, I can just document what I'm doing and it will be incredible practice for me to refine my skills with a camera. And I did just that. On this YouTube channel, there are 72 videos documenting my time in Earthgroans. This playlist serves as kind of a documentary of that period of my life where I was traveling, playing music, got signed to a label and living out that dream, and then also realizing that getting signed to a label doesn't mean that your dream comes true. It doesn't mean you have money playing music. Surprisingly, I didn't know that. So after 5 years of traveling and playing music while freelancing on the side and like starting this YouTube journey, I decided to hang up the guitar for a while and put all of my energy into filmmaking. This is where I started to progress to the next level. I ended up moving out here to Nashville to be with my lady, who I'm now married to. What's up? But because I moved out here, I started to make more connections, and I started working with people that were way better than me and on a larger scale, and I started learning so much from people, aka Kevin the Filipino Genome Johnson. He taught me so much, and there's other people in my life that have poured into me as well. Just going into this thing blind and just watching YouTube tutorials doesn't teach you everything. Like, having that peer-to-peer or peer-to-mentor experience is so key, and I think it's extremely important to become successful. So after a couple more years of freelancing and kind of upping my game, working with other people, getting better, I entered kind of a new chapter. I got a completely random offer to host a YouTube channel called Kinotika. Some of you know what it is, some of you probably don't. It's history now. How I got this gig, all I can say is God did it. Also, I learned that being a genuinely nice person and continuing to pursue your passion and your goals, even when it feels like nobody cares or nobody's watching, is important. You never know who's on the other side of those 5, 10, 15, 20 views. You never know who is watching for real. So now that I had this opportunity to host a YouTube channel and make just enough to survive on it, I kind of ditched freelance for the foreseeable future and just went all in on YouTube. So I was creating content for this YouTube channel that paid me to do it, and then I also kept this channel alive by trying to post as much as possible on here as well. After a year and a half of doing that YouTube job, I ended up quitting, basically for reasons that were completely out of my control, and it just wasn't reliable anymore. What's crazy is, as that gig was falling through, I discovered somehow that Matt Diavella had commented on one of my Instagram videos 6 months before I was seeing it, and I crapped my pants. I was freaking out, and I ended up making this video all about it to kind of like get his attention and see if I can make a video with him. He ends up seeing this video, it's on this channel, and after he sees that video, he offered me a job as an editor for his videos. Sometimes going above and beyond, even for something that seems simple. Like I could have emailed Matt. I think there's power in that for sure. So I worked for Matt as an editor for a little over a year and a half. I became a way better, dude, new term. Better editor is a bedditor. That's what I became while working for Matt Diavella. Due to reasons outside of my control, once again, that opportunity was no longer an opportunity and I had to figure something out. So for me personally, I decided I am going to just keep my head up, try to focus on the good in the situation and trust God in this situation. And that's exactly what I did. And what's really strange is like within a week of losing that gig with Matt, I had a cold call from a friend I hadn't talked to in a while, and he got me connected to this other guy who needed somebody to make this other guy's videos. This other guy, his name is Tyler Cobble, and that is now the guy I'm working for. I'm working for Tyler as his content producer, and I'm also uploading as consistently as I can to this YouTube channel because still, after 7 freaking years, this channel is still my passion. It's still my dream to make it a full-time thing if possible. And we're getting closer thanks to you guys who watch these videos and the sponsors who you've been seeing on the channel lately. It's been incredible and I'm super thankful for that. But if you're motivated to do something and you feel called or inspired, whatever, I really hope you do it because it's hard, yes, but it's also really fulfilling and it gives you purpose. And I hope you trust yourself and believe in your ability to do good things and also improve enough to have a skill that people want. Because when you have a skill that people want, that's where you keep this train going and you make money and you survive on this stuff. So it's a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but it's fun and it's totally doable. If I can do it, a dumb buck-toothed kid from a town of 300 people in Nebraska, you can do it for sure. But for real, I love you guys. Subscribe if you want, like if you don't, and I've never watched this. What do you think, Novi? Shake on the business deal? Come on, give me business. Give me business. Give me business. Yes! Nice doing business. We have a new sponsor, folks. See you later. Father, muck me be.